Hello, and we are back with another episode of the PACRats. And I want to say, for the first time since our very first episode on the channel, we are recording in person with Jordyn Ringworm Turner.
Yes, we are all in the same room.
This hasn't happened in a very long time.
No, I should have had you pick up a can for me.
Oh, we don't have a can to open up a cold one with the boys. That's sad. Big sad. Just imagine it in your heads.
Imagine,
Yeah.
if you will,
Jordyn Turner opening a can.
of cream soda.
There you go. That was it. Nice moment
There it is.
there. So, what we should introduce ourselves once again. It's Frankie.
It's Ian.
And it's Jordyn Ringworm Turner.
I like the full name
full
usage.
name,
I would get
yes.
screamed out if I didn't use it.
By
You
who?
would.
You.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
have even thought about it. Ian might have screamed at you.
I'm not the screamer of the two of us.
That's true, but you might have gotten upset. I wouldn't have even noticed. I would have just rolled on.
Yeah, probably. But
So-
I'm not the screamer of
Yeah, I
the two
know.
of us.
So this is a continuation of, as I say every time, season 1.5 of the PACRats. And this one's going to be the second, even though it's not even close to being the second video recorded, it's going to be the second episode uploaded because it has to be uploaded in a timely manner.
Right.
Because the Oscars are on February 9th.
Good luck.
We're recording this on January 31st. It'll be up.
Okay.
I promise you it will be up before the Oscars.
Okay.
Whether it is 2 hours before the Oscars or not, it will be before the Oscars airs.
It'll be at 8 p.m. exactly.
Before 7:59 p.m. Before we know who wins any of the awards, it will be up.
I'm here for this.
But yeah, so this week we're talking about the Oscars and in general film in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
The best films we saw. I actually went through. I didn't tell the others to do this. I went through and looked at all the films that I saw in 2019,
Oh, wow, thanks.
and I ranked them.
Yeah, I did too as well.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't rank them, but
I ranked them. They were ranking. I saw
You're-
12 films this year.
you're
Or from
extra.
2019.
I didn't see that many.
One of the films I saw 3 times.
I think I saw 9.
Was it Cats?
I didn't see Cats at all. I saw Endgame 3 times,
Okay.
and with a different group every time.
Yes.
And I think that's the way to do it if you're going to see a movie multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing it with different people, because part of that experience, part of the movie-going experience
Is the
is
people.
the people around
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Like, I remember seeing it the first time, and it was a really fun time, because I saw it with Ian and our friend Isabel.
Yes.
And then the second time, I saw it with a completely different group of people, one of whom just makes sarcastic comments, but at a deadpan volume.
Oh, Teresa.
Teresa, which is the best. And then when I saw it the third time, it was with people who were really invested in the entire MCU. We're going to spoil some films on here, but they're all from last year. I don't think any of them are new enough
If you
to
did
not be
watch
spoiled.
it,
But with
what's
Endgame,
wrong with you?
with Endgame, the moment where Captain America grabs the hammer, and our friend Noah just stood up and held onto the railing for
I love
5 minutes at that point in the movie, and then sat down and was holding his head, and it was
Oh, I thought the way you described it, he did the thing where he because he's a tall, lanky boy,
Yeah.
so he went down.
oh, he
like
might have
this.
done like that.
He went
It
down
looked like he was
onto his
standing because
knees.
he's so tall.
He's 20 feet tall.
But yeah, he's huge. He's a giant actually. But
He's the Jolly Green Giant.
he was so invested in the franchises that that moment hit him like that, and being able to see the reactions of everyone and different scenarios, it's fun.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's a recommendation. If you're gonna see a movie multiple times, go ahead if you really enjoy it, but see it with different people because that's part of the experience. And sometimes seeing a movie in a theater sucks ass because you're seeing with shitty little kids who are making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Or
Sometimes you see it and you're the only ones in the theater.
yeah,
That's
one of
the best
one of the
time.
movies we saw that we're going to talk about. We did a review episode on that will come out way later, but
Unfortunately.
unfortunately, but
Monkey facts.
monkey facts. Yeah, that was the best part of that episode. But we saw Dora, and it was the 3 of us alone in the theater. So that was a really fun experience. 'Cause
I love those types of experiences where you're the only ones in the theater because then you can just
be loud because you're
Yeah.
not disturbing anyone else's
mean-
time.
That's how it was when I saw Deadpool.
You were the only one in the theater for Deadpool.
It was my Ian Bean, my dad, because we weren't 18 yet, and myself. And we were the
How
only
late? How late
ones.
was it in the run of Deadpool though?
A couple of months.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Ours makes sense too, even though it was like the weekend it came out, or like the week after, because it was like
Yeah.
9:30 at night, and it's a kids movie,
Right.
so kids aren't out that late.
It was a good time.
It was a school night too. It was
It was like in the middle of the week that we went out.
Wow, we picked a great day.
So like we went out on like a Wednesday inside, like no one was there except for us.
It was Wednesday, my dudes.
But
Shut up.
so I think we should first talk about the Oscars
Yes.
and what movies they decided to celebrate, and then we
Yes.
can talk about the movies that we celebrate from this year.
Yes.
And I think there's some overlap, for me at least, because I saw some of the Oscar-nominated films.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of
I
overlap,
don't even know what was nominated.
but
Oh, we're gonna talk.
But there's
We're gonna talk
also-
about it. I
there's
have
also
opinions.
some films that I feel like didn't get the
Snubbed.
recognition they deserve. Yeah, snub.
Yeah.
And so first we're going to look at the Oscar nominations, but I also have a list that is from a website that I use a lot called uprocks.com. They do a lot of
they have
wrestling
all the
stuff.
snubs.
And they have ones that they think are the worst Oscar snubs of 2020, so we'll go over that after we go over some of the big nominations. We're not doing all the nominations. I'm not doing fucking Best Production Design. Get it out. I mean, I care about that. We don't have time
Yeah.
in the day. We're also going to do a little bit of an informal poll. Ian and I would try to get a poll together almost every year while
Yeah.
we were in college. And here we're just going to do the nominees and say who we think is going to win. And then
Yeah.
we'll do a little bit of an informal work on who wins.
I should also preface that when we were in college, we always did like this little poll with like a group of people.
Yeah.
And we would literally bet
Pizza.
pizza. Yeah.
The
we would
losers
bet,
had to buy the winner a
The
pizza.
losers had to buy
Although, to be
the
fair,
person who got the most like
Points.
points and wins.
yeah, so the way we set it up when we were in college, we're not going to do it like the whole way, but we would do our top 3 picks, first place, second place, third place, for who would win. If your first pick won, you got 3 points, 2 points, 1 point going down. And whoever had the most points would get pizza from the losers. We did it to completion one time,
Mhm.
and the winner didn't want the pizza.
Yep.
She just wanted to brag that she had won. So we didn't have to buy pizza, but like she did win. She beat us because I think me, Ian, and the other guy that was in it didn't have the heart to give Best Actor to Casey Affleck
Yeah.
because all the allegations came out about him sexually assaulting people and sexually harassing people. And we were like, we can't do it. And
Also
then she
'cause
did,
Also
and she
because
won.
we didn't think he was actually going to win. I forget who else was nominated.
Oh no,
for
I
the year.
legitimately thought. that was Daniel Day-Lewis's last year of
Yeah,
being
exactly.
his final film.
That's
so
why
I thought they would give it
yeah.
to him for his final film. But
Right.
so this year, 2020, we had some good films come out, and we're going to go through it in order that the Oscars website has it.
Also, this is the 92nd. We're getting so close to the 100th Academy
Yes.
Awards.
And also, once again, this year the Oscars will have no host,
Good.
which is very good. The host is a dead thing.
It was actually really good
For
last
an
year
award
because
show.
it didn't have
Yeah.
a host.
I think it flowed way better watching it.
Maybe the Tonys shouldn't have hosts.
I think the problem with the Tonys is that, like, the hosts they've been picking just suck.
True.
Like, let's go back to Neil Patrick Harris, my dudes.
I agree.
NPH every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's busy though. He's a busy man.
What's he
It's
doing
alright,
now?
his kids can be part of it.
He's got kids. He's a parent.
What's he doing now? He's done with
He's
Series
raising
of Unfortunate
children.
Events.
He's
He
raising
has
children.
a new show. I just don't remember what it's about.
I don't get it. But okay, so the
It's
first
not like a
award that they have is actor in a leading role. So best actor, best leading actor, and the nominees are Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Adam Driver for Marriage Story, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, and Jonathan Pryce in The Two Popes. I've seen 2 of those movies. We'll talk about which ones you've seen later. But personally, my belief is that Joaquin Phoenix is going to Joaquin away with this award.
Do you really think
Oh,
that?
dear Lord.
I 100% Joaquin Phoenix is winning this award.
I'm surprised that you're saying that.
I'm surprised you didn't react to my joke, and Jordyn did.
no,
Jordyn caught it.
because I ignored it because it was bad.
It was bad, but Jordyn caught it. That was good. I think Joaquin Phoenix wins this hands down.
I'm just more surprised that you're saying that because while you did enjoy Joker, it wasn't like your favorite movie.
No, it wasn't my favorite movie of the year. When we go through, you'll see where it landed for the year. But
Also because you've had like a movie boner for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, so I literally thought you were going to say Leo.
I haven't seen it, so I can't judge the performance.
Mm-hmm.
I have had a movie boner for that. Though. I want to see
boner for it.
it so bad, but I think that looking back at Joker and some of the reasons it isn't my number one film of the year when it was when I saw it, is that the writing of that film, if you look at the script and just read it as a script, it's not that good.
Mm-hmm.
But Joaquin Phoenix makes it believable in a way I don't think any other actor could carry that film. So I think because of that and the way he just immersed himself in that role, to a degree which has been a conversation about method acting that has come about. But I don't know if you've seen it online where people say, whenever you hear about method actors, it's always when they're doing like roles of shitty people. No one method acts a happy person,
Right.
which I can see that point where it's like people always like use method acting as like an excuse for their shitty behavior on set when they're playing a shitty character. But and you never hear like someone playing fucking. You didn't hear Tom Hanks about like playing Mr. Rogers, just like I was method acting. I gave everyone presents the entire
Knowing
time.
him, he probably
did. That's how Tom Hanks is as, like,
Right.
as a person. He's not trying to justify shitty behavior by saying I was method acting.
Like,
But yeah, I think Joaquin Phoenix gets it. If he doesn't get it, I think Adam Driver gets it for Marriage Story. Just to celebrate someone of his someone, because I think the Oscars likes to celebrate people who have big name recognition, like Adam Driver from being in the Star Wars films,
Mhm.
that can also act.
mhm.
Because he's a name that will drag in an audience that is also very good at acting.
Yeah.
And they like to celebrate that, I think. So if Joaquin Phoenix doesn't get it, I think it's Adam Driver, but I think Joaquin Phoenix walks away with that. I didn't make the
hate
joke.
you.
I didn't make the joke this time.
I hate you for it.
You called back to it though,
Yeah, 'cause I'm
and
smart.
I hate that.
Complete the circle.
Even though I said like, because again, I was just surprised that you said that because of your movie boner with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I do agree with you that it's definitely between Joaquin and Adam.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm leaning a little more towards Adam now because I've seen some clips of Marriage Story.
It's on my watch list for Netflix.
Yeah, I want to watch it. Of the movies that are like of the actors that are nominated, I've only never heard of Pain and Glory. Like I'd never heard of that film.
I didn't even know Antonio Banderas was still acting.
Is Antonio Banderas? I feel like he's getting like the Denzel Washington nominee from last year when Denzel Washington was nominated for like that Roman Israel Esquire movie that no one had heard of.
No, yeah.
But like he got it because like it's Denzel Washington. They'll throw it to him.
Yeah. I think I will be surprised if it doesn't go to Joaquin though.
Yeah.
As much as I'm leaning towards Adam, I will be surprised if Joaquin Phoenix doesn't get the Oscar.
Jordyn, what are your thoughts?
I don't know any of these movies to give thoughts.
You saw none of these movies.
No. I saw none
To
of
be
them.
fair to Jordyn, they were working in Disney
Yeah.
most of 2019.
And I'm putting together my list of all the movies I saw. They're all Disney.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so actor in a supporting role, then the nominees are Tom Hanks, Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins, Two Popes, Al Pacino and Joe Pesci, both for The Irishman, and Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's a no-brainer. I think Tom Hanks is winning this.
Oh, I also think it's a no-brainer that Brad Pitt is winning this.
Oh.
I think this was Brad Pitt's best role in years.
Has Brad Pitt won an Oscar before?
I don't know. I don't think he has.
I mean, I can see it them giving it to him because of that.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I could see Tom Hanks. Again, I haven't seen either of those movies. I've seen one of those movies that's there, but I haven't seen
I mean, being from Pittsburgh, we've heard a lot about
A Beautiful Day in the
Yeah,
Neighborhood.
about this movie and about Tom Hanks specifically, especially like, oh, it just came like
It came out.
news
He's
came
related
out,
to
he's
Mr. Rogers.
somehow related
yeah.
to Mr. Rogers. Oh, he was perfect for this role, like all that. So, being from where we're from, to me, it's a no-brainer that Tom Hanks is going to win.
I think it'll be a benefit that like Mr. Rogers is a real person and he has someone to compare it to like, oh, look how good of a performance this was.
Yeah,
That like you can feel Mr. Rogers in that performance.
right.
But I think Brad Pitt will get it. I think they'll celebrate. I don't think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood walks away without an acting award. And I think this is the only one they have a conceivable chance of actually winning.
hmm
Based on the nominees for Best Actor. And I don't think Margot Robbie didn't get nominated for her role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because she's barely in the film.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
according to reports, I still haven't seen it.
okay. I mean, I'm okay with whoever between the two.
Yeah.
I because of the Pittsburgh connection,
Mhm.
Tom Hanks is more.
All right.
what
Well,
I'm going
then
for.
let's go with performance by actress in a leading role.
I have so many opinions on this one.
All right, we'll get into it. So we have Cynthia Erivo in Harriet. That's the Harriet Tubman movie, right? The one that
Mhm.
Julia Roberts was supposed to play Harriet Tubman, right? Yeah. Did you hear that?
I did.
Yeah.
I did hear about
Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story. Say the name for the next one, because I can never say
that.
her name.
Saoirse Ronan.
Saoirse Ronan for Little Women. Charlize Theron in Bombshell. And Renee Zellweger in Judy. I have seen none of these movies.
Mhm.
Same.
My best guess is Saoirse Ronan wins for Little Women.
No. Hell no. She ain't winning for Little Women.
I don't have much to say about this because I've seen none of the movie. So Ian, you go.
I think, okay, a lot of people are talking about Scarlett in Marriage Story, but I think the real race is between Cynthia Erivo in Harriet and Renee Zellweger in Judy.
Okay.
I think Renee is probably going to win it.
That's the Judy Garland movie,
Yes,
right?
that's the Judy Garland movie.
Okay.
I think Renee Zellweger is going to win, but I think see, here's the problem with Cynthia Erivo. She's
Yeah.
nominated for 2 different Oscars, and the same thing with Scarlett Johansson. They're
Mhm.
both nominated for 2 Oscars, and if it's anything like other awards
Mhm.
ceremonies, those 2 Oscars are going to cancel each other out. So I think it's going to go to Renee because of that.
Oh, okay.
I think they're kind of getting screwed over because they are both nominated for multiple
Going by
awards.
Oscar reasoning as well, Hollywood loves nothing more than Hollywood. And so Judy is a movie about
Someone from Hollywood.
someone from
yeah.
Hollywood.
I think this is although Cynthia would be a nice surprise. I would
Okay.
be very happy. if
So what are
Cynthia
your
won.
opinions about this? You said you had opinions about this category.
Oh, that was basically my opinions
your
on
big
it.
thing?
It's
Oh, okay.
because Cynthia and Scarlett are are nominated for multiple awards. Scarlett is nominated also for supporting actress, and then Cynthia is also nominated for best song.
Yes, okay.
And if it's anything like any other award show, if you're nominated for multiple times,
It'll cancel out.
it'll cancel out. You ain't winning shit.
Well,
I don't-
Lady Gaga won Best Song
True.
and was nominated for Best Actress.
It's a rare occurrence.
Jordan's shocked by that
No,
revelation.
I'm reacting to something I just saw.
Oh, okay.
It's a rare occurrence, but I don't think. But no acting category has done that. So
Yeah.
that's why I think it unfortunately cancels Scarlett out.
Okay.
I think Renee is going to win because Renee has had the big buzz for the longest time.
That's true.
So
All right. So then we have actress in a supporting role nominee. Kathy Bates in Richard Jewell, Laura Dern in Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson in Jojo Rabbit, Florence Pugh in Little Women, and Margot Robbie in Bombshell.
Laura Dern.
I think it's gonna be Laura Dern.
You
But-
you wanted to be Scarlett.
I wanted to be Scarlett Johansson because Jojo Rabbit was a good movie, and she was very good in that movie.
Mhm.
And I don't see the Academy awarding Jojo Rabbit anything just because of what
Yeah.
the movie is.
I mean, if Scarlett's going to win, she's going to win for best leading. She's not going to win for Jojo Rabbit. I think this is Laura Dern's
Okay.
category.
Do you think? And this is a question that it poses with Marriage Story. It poses with The Two Popes, and it poses with The Irishman. Do you think the Oscars will not award those movies because they are Netflix films?
Possibly.
I can see that.
And the way that a lot of movie people don't like Netflix films.
I think
Although Martin Scorsese did The Irishman, and there's no way they're going after Scorsese because he might kill you.
what is he nominated for?
Irishman. He
For
directed
best?
Irishman. I think he's best director. I think he got a best directing nod.
Let's see what are the other best director nominees.
I don't think he'll win it,
Right.
but I'm saying
I think this is the year that they're testing out the waters
for Netflix films.
Netflix, where they're being like, "We'll give you the nominations, but you won't win yet."
I think Netflix is putting out good films.
I agree. I think
with
they're
what I hear about Marriage Story and
No, I
The
agree.
Irishman.
They're putting out great films.
Even though The Irishman is 3.5 hours long, and I don't have that kind of time in the day, Martin. I just don't.
I agree. They're putting out great films. It's just I don't think the Academy is ready
That's
to
true.
give them the awards.
But Marty scores here. Marty scores. We're friends. So I'll call him Marty scores. Marty scores.
When we get to Best Director, we'll talk about Marty
Okay,
scores.
all right. We'll talk about Marty scores.
Again, I don't
All right.
think that the Netflix movies are going to win.
Here we go. An award that Jordyn might be able to weigh in on.
Well, we know what she's going to pick.
Best
Do we?
animated feature film of the year. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World.
I saw that one.
I Lost My Body. Claws. Missing Link. Toy Story 4.
I saw that one. I haven't seen Missing Link yet. I just got Hulu, and I think it's on Hulu.
All right, Jordyn, since you haven't spoken much because you haven't seen any films
Right.
that aren't Disney films, what do you think?
I mean, it's gonna be, in my opinion, Toy Story.
Do you think Toy Story 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, look at the lore that is Toy Story.
That's true. Toy Story has a lot of lore. I think that lore is going to hurt it
Really?
because not just fans, I think like people in Hollywood are going to be like, you had like the rare achievement in film, the perfect trilogy,
Yeah.
and you just soiled it. I don't know if Toy Story 4 is bad, but like,
no, it's good, but it's more. I don't want to say the plot's lacking because it's not, but it's more that it is so much more visually pleasing to look at than the other movies before it.
I think it's gonna be another shock, like the Golden Globes, and Missing Link is gonna win.
Oh, I mean, I could see that.
Because Missing Link,
it's
I was
Missing
shocked
Link.
when Missing Link won. Because I had heard nothing about that film except for the fact that when it was out, they had a slushie based around it.
I love that.
It
What
was
is
a good
Missing Link
slushie.
about?
I don't know. They had
and
a mango
again, like,
slushie when
I
it came out, though.
I haven't seen it, but apparently it's like. I don't
This
even
is
know how to
good
like
content.
word it. I don't know how to word it. It's like not caveman because he's not a caveman. He's like this weird like
The
in
Missing Link creature
between.
in evolution.
Yeah,
Okay.
The creature between apes and man.
Okay.
he's just kind of like chilling,
Okay.
and I don't know.
I know there's a scene where he's on a train and he wears a bowler hat, and that's
Yeah.
pretty funny looking.
And I think that style of animation, it's coming back.
What style is it?
It's like clay.
Yeah. It's like
Oh, it's stop
claymation.
motion.
I don't think it's
I don't know
completely
if it's true
stop motion. I think it's CGI stop.
See, the
Like, it looks
Oscars.
like-
Oscars love stop motion.
Right.
They didn't give Wallace and Gromit best animated.
Yes, they did.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Wallace
then
and
never mind.
Gromit won.
Never mind them. Nice job.
Get your
Wallace and-
facts right.
Nice job, Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, Wallace and Gromit won best.
Curse of the Were
Yeah,
Rabbit.
best animated feature.
That was a
that
good
year.
movie.
Such a good movie.
So dumb. So good. So dumb.
It beat out a lot of great movies.
Yeah, but that it is becoming a more popular style.
Yeah. Ian, what do you think wins? We're torn here.
I don't think Toy Story 4 will win. I agree with you. I think they should have stopped at 3. I have not seen Toy Story 4.
You should.
I haven't either.
I don't really have the interest because of how much I loved Toy Story 3.
It's just pretty.
Yeah, but I want.
I was gonna insult
like
you,
pretty
but like, it's not,
things.
like the insult was gonna be you're pretty, and that's not really an insult. So
I like pretty things,
I
but
was
I
really hoping to insult you.
but I hate that they're continuing this when they didn't need to continue it.
Right.
I hate that. So that's it's
Um,
kind of like my little protest of this movie.
Right. I think the big motivation for this movie coming out was they had a lot of loose ends and they want to continue with other characters that weren't as like big.
The big loose end of where the fuck was Bo Peep in Toy Story 3?
Right.
The big loose end of will the Potato Heads finally have actual children?
You haven't picked the winner yet, but I would really love to see I Lost My Body win. Not because I saw it and I love it, but there was a couple years ago the My Name is Zucchini,
I
film.
love My Name is
Zucchini.
Zucchini.
and we made fun of that a lot just based on the title.
did,
But I
we
watched it,
did.
and that is
It's
a
so
very good movie that
We
deserved
did.
the award. I forget
My
what
Life
won
is a
over it.
Zucchini.
My Life is a Zucchini. I forget which movie won above it, but that movie deserved
I think it was a
it.
Disney movie.
It was a Disney movie, and that movie deserves
I think
it.
it was Frozen.
So I would
was
like
thinking
to
of
see. I would like to see a non-studio film,
Mhm.
an animated film, win it. I know it won't.
Speaking of
That's
which,
not what
I can't
happens.
wait to talk about the snubs. I can't
Okay.
wait to talk about the snubs.
So
Um, I guess I'll go with Missing Link. I'll go with
Okay,
what you guys
yeah.
are saying. Because, again, I haven't seen Toy Story. The only movie that I've seen in this is How to Train Your Dragon,
Yeah.
The Hidden
I didn't
World.
see it.
It wasn't.
It was pretty good.
I've seen
good,
none of
but
the
it
animated
wasn't,
films.
like-
It was pretty.
Yeah, but it also like.
But I don't
the
think
Was it
movie
as good
before
as
it
the
was
first
pretty,
two?
too.
Was it good as the first two?
I haven't seen the first two.
It was pretty much the same
Okay.
thing. Like they're coming to take our dragons. And they took their
They took our
dragons.
germs.
So, yeah, I want to say though, like with the animated feature films, at the Golden Globes, Disney had 2 nominees
Didn't win.
and didn't win.
Yeah.
The 2 nominees were Toy Story 4, obviously, and a
Frozen
nominee
2.
not on it. No, Frozen 2 didn't get nominated.
Oh.
The Lion King was nominated
Mm,
for
I
Best Animated Film.
I remember
Which-
when
I
that came out
remember
because
that
you
was
were
a whole
pissed.
stink.
You were
The-
pissed about
the-
that.
Live action Lion
it's
King.
not live
Yeah,
action.
we know it wasn't live action, but so
Are you telling me those weren't real lions?
we're taking a detour here. We're
Absolutely
taking a
not.
detour here, and the reason why that movie doesn't work at all.
I think I know where you're, and I do.
And I think we talked about this before
Yeah.
on another podcast, but so we won't go into too much detail. You basically made another animated Lion King, but realistic animation.
Mhm.
But you made it too realistic, where the lions show no emotion.
Right.
Simba just watched his dad die, and he has no emotion on his face at all, which
No
means
human
I have
emotion, yeah,
which means I have no emotion.
exactly.
Because animals don't show their emotion the same way.
Right.
And so I'm like, yeah, maybe you made it look like a lion was sad, but I don't give a fuck about that lion. I don't know that lion.
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna skip through some of the categories. Directing, here we go. Best
Okay.
director. Marty Scores for The Irishman, Martin Scorsese. Todd Phillips for Joker. Sam Mendes for 1917. Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And Bong Joon-ho for Parasite.
I think Sam Mendes.
I also think Sam Mendes is winning this because he did, and this ties in with the cinematography, which 1917 is also nominated for. Roger Deakins, the best fucking cinematographer
Yeah.
of all time.
I think-
Roger fucking Deakins, the man, the myth, the legend over there.
'Cause
Roger
this-
Deeks.
Because this movie is only like 2 long shots.
It's basically the thing is supposed to be it's like almost one long shot and then a second longer, a shorter shot, but like. And it's like nifty editing and nifty
Mhm.
camera tricks to do it, and I
Yeah.
think they're going to celebrate that for a director.
I agree.
Um,
Also, good job, theater person, translating to the film.
Yeah.
Sam Mendes.
Yes, he directed the Cabaret revival
Oh, okay.
with Alan Cumming. So good
Oh,
on
what a man.
him.
I think Sam Mendes is going to win, and I don't have a problem with it per se. I haven't seen 1917, so I don't know what it is, like how it is.
I've heard very good things.
I personally want Bong Joon-ho
I was also going to say Bong
to win for
Joon-ho.
Parasite. I want to see that movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard very good things about that, and I want to see him win it.
Yes,
He
I would
won't.
also-
He won't win
Yeah.
because it's a horror movie as well,
Mm.
and horror movies don't get awards.
I think this might be the year.
That it win. Well, the last horror movie to win Best Picture was Silence of the Lambs.
Right.
I don't think Parasite wins Best Picture.
Well, wait
We'll
till we
get
get to
to
best
it. Okay.
picture.
Then we'll have.
You don't want to talk about best documentary feature?
No, I don't want to talk about Best Documentary. Oh, I skipped one that's really interesting that I like. Best Costume Design.
Okay. I'm so mad about this one.
The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Why is Joker in here?
I think because it is a period piece.
I guess.
Set in the 80s for Joker? 80s or 70s, 70s or 80s.
It's
They're all period pieces.
late 70s, early, yeah.
They're all period pieces. I think Jojo Rabbit should win.
Yeah.
Because Jojo Rabbit's costume design is really good.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but just based off of like what I have seen.
It's all very historically accurate to what people would be wearing during the time, during the war. I'll talk about it more when we talk about movies we've seen, but it's the costumes are also a focus of a very central plot point in that film, where it's the shoes that you have to focus on,
Okay.
and the way they use the shoes is very heartwarming at the beginning, and then very heartbreaking near the end,
Oh boy.
where it destroys you watching
Well, yeah.
a realization come upon JoJo. But I think it's all a very good film, and it's very funny too. But it should win Best Costume.
I think if Little Women is going to win any award, it's going to be this one. I think Little Women has this one.
Okay, but
The Oscars love period pieces like that.
they do love period pieces. But we did Best Director, so we both think that Sam Mendes, theater person, is going to win.
Bless.
So original song nominees, we have "I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away" from Toy Story 4.
Randy
Newman, the worst singer in the world. If
I
he
was
wins,
actually listening to that song this morning.
Randy Newman's bad, and he should feel bad.
It's a cute song.
You got friend me. That's what he sounds like. That's what he sounds like.
But the
I'm
song
a
is about
bug.
a sport.
Little bug. That's from Bug's Life. That's the Bug's Life theme
Little
song.
bug.
Yeah.
Buggy bug.
Shut out.
Bug.
That's how he writes songs.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket
There's a
Man
tree.
by Elton John and Bernie Taupin.
that was a good joke.
I'm Standing With You from Breakthrough, music and lyrics by Diane
The
Warren.
fuck is Breakthrough?
I don't know. Into the Unknown from Frozen 2, music and lyrics by Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez. And Stand Up from Harriet, music and lyrics by Joshua Brian Campbell and Cynthia Erivo.
So,
I have no idea what's gonna win.
I think I'm Gonna Love Me Again is gonna win.
probably. But also, Into the Unknown isn't. It slaps.
I've heard only one of these songs, and it's I'm Gonna Love Me Again.
Into the Unknown is so good. Especially
the Unknown
the
is
Panic at the Disco
very good.
version.
Shockingly, Into the Unknown is very good.
It is so good because it's about anxiety and like everyone can relate to it.
I think that has a good chance because Disney always wins something, or they usually win something, and if they're not going to win animated feature, like I don't think they are, they could
No.
win this. But I also think they want to celebrate Elton John.
Right. I mean, Rocket Man was amazing.
I haven't
Right.
seen Rocket Man,
I
unfortunately.
liked it more than Bohemian Rhapsody.
Well, they
Well,
also
Bohemian Rhapsody was a bad movie, so you shouldn't have liked it.
also I think
They had a meth addict editing that movie, by the way. I just
Well, I mean, it.
yikes.
it
Well-
would fit, but like that movie had a scene at a business meeting, and there were like 20 edits at a business meeting. What the fuck are you doing? Just have a wide shot.
Well,
It's called camera work.
no.
Get a wide shot, baby.
I know I talked all about like the best actress earlier with the canceling out. I think if Cynthia Erivo were to win an Oscar, it would be this one.
For Stand Up.
Yeah.
Stand the fuck up, bitch.
I've never heard that song.
I've never heard that song. I didn't know Harriet had come out this year. I heard that story about Julia Roberts being Harriet Tubman, like the proposed thing, and I thought, are they making a Harriet Tubman movie? That's great. I
Well,
didn't realize one had already come out.
It might be one of those things where it released like to select cinemas, and then if it wins Oscars,
Okay,
it'll be
yeah.
released everywhere.
I know 1917 did that to be nominated this year, where they released in select cinemas in
Yeah.
2019 so they can get consideration, and then they're released wide in 2020. So
Mhm.
maybe.
But I think Into the Unknown might probably win.
Okay. Then we have the two writing nominations.
Okay.
So we always do these.
I love
So
these.
adapted screenplay, The Irishman, screenplay by Steven Zavian. Jojo Rabbit, screenplay by Taika Waititi. Joker, written by Todd Phillips and Scott Silver. Little Women, written for the screen by Greta Gerwig. And The Two Popes, written by Anthony McCartan.
I think Jojo Rabbit could win this
I
one.
think
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit could win this one. It's
Jojo Rabbit's going to win
very
this
well
one.
written.
Yeah. Also, going back to music, I think talking about like the orchestration,
Mhm.
because I know like because especially with John Williams being in the mix,
Yeah.
I think Joker's going to win that for sure.
Oh, I don't think Joker will win.
That music was
It was
haunting.
good, but I don't think it'll win it. I think John
it'll
Williams
win.
wins.
John Williams has too many.
Yeah, but the Oscars don't care about that.
I know, but I think Joker should win.
But yeah, for
That
adapted
one.
screenplay, I think Jojo Rabbit. I think Jojo Rabbit deserves it. Will it win? I think if Little Women has a chance, you said costumes. I think if Little Women wins an award, it's going to be adapted screenplay. But I think Jojo Rabbit will win.
Yeah, I could see Little Women winning as well, especially with the controversy.
Mm-hmm.
with
I think
Greta.
they'll say, "Oh, but look, we gave Greta Gerwig an award for
Right.
writing." That's good.
Yeah, oh, that's gonna happen.
But I would love to see Taika Waititi because I love
Oh,
almost
yeah.
every movie I've seen him make of his that I've seen. I love.
Well, of
so
course,
much.
and yeah, but I think
All right.
Little Women's probably.
Then we have the second to last award we're going to talk about before we
this
get into
the-
snubs and stuff. Original screenplay.
Oh, are we not doing Best Picture?
This is second to last.
Oh,
So then there's one more afterwards.
okay. I know what I want to win.
Original screenplay, Knives Out, written by Ryan Johnson.
I want that to win. I want that so bad. I want Knives Out
Can
to
I
win.
finish? Can I finish
No.
the list? There's more.
No.
There's
Knives Out.
4 more movies.
Fuck you,
Ian.
Knives Out.
Marriage Story, written by Noah Baumbach.
Not Knives Out.
1917, written by Sam Mendes and Christy Wilson Cairns. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, written by Quentin Tarantino. Parasite, screenplay by Bong Joon-ho and Han Jin-won, and story by Bong Joon-ho.
Knives Out.
Yeah, so Knives Out.
Knives
I
Out.
haven't seen it. But
I
like
want Knives Out to win.
Thank you.
So,
Okay.
Knives
I was
Out
right.
is
I was
I
right.
have seen it. Knives Out is incredibly
so
well written.
good. It's so good.
It's the best written film of the year.
Yes.
I mean, like, literally, we were all talking about this at the dinner table the other night, and everyone was just like, Jordyn, what's wrong with you?
For not having seen Knives Out.
And
I
was
saw it
I'm
late.
poor.
I saw it very late into the run, but it was
yeah.
very good. I saw it in like
I'm not
January.
saying I pirated it, but I did.
Oh, dude, hit me up.
I will.
And then we come to the big award. Best Picture of the Year nominees.
There's so many.
Ford versus Ferrari.
What? No.
The Irishman.
Mm.
Jojo Rabbit. Joker. Little Women. Marriage Story. 1917. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And Parasite. What do you think's going to win, Ian?
What do I think is gonna win?
What do you want to win? And then
Parasite.
what do you think's going to
I
win?
want Parasite to win this.
Okay.
I really want Parasite to win.
I'll say what I want to win, too. I want...
Jojo Rabbit.
Well, the movie... Yeah, I want Jojo Rabbit to win. The movie I think was the best movie of the year isn't nominated for it. We'll get to that later on.
Right? Is it a snub?
It's a snub. But so it's not nominated for Best Picture. But of the ones that are there, I think Jojo Rabbit deserves it. Or I want Jojo Rabbit to win it.
Right.
What I think is going to get it, 1917.
Yeah, I think 1917 is winning this.
They love technical films. And they love war films.
Is there a film about race in this? Because they love that too.
No.
Okay.
Jojo Rabbit's about a racist. There's a racist in it.
That's true.
Then Jojo Rabbit might have a case.
Hitler's in it, maybe.
Hitler's in it. Jojo Rabbit might win.
Imagine, I know Taika Waititi wrote it and knew he would play it, but like, imagine writing Hitler and like, I'll play it. Yeah, that'll be me.
I love
Said
that.
the guy from New Zealand.
You know. Those damn Kiwis.
To be fair, he's very good in the role. It's not. It's funny at points, and then you reach a point where you're like, "Oh yeah, Hitler sucks."
Well,
Like
yeah.
you say that the whole
No
film.
shit.
You realize Hitler. You know Hitler sucks the whole film, but then you're like,
It's the same thing with the producers.
mm,
It's like he's hilarious, but it's like, oh yeah, Hitler fucking sucks.
the whole movie. Like, yeah, Jojo Rabbit's very fun. Like people think you can't make a funny movie or a funny show about World War II.
You can.
You can. It was funny. It was good, and it treated it very well.
As long as you're not. What is that one? Fellini? Who's that one? The Italian film director.
Fellini, who made it in half.
No, not the other one. Roberto Benigni or whatever his name.
Why?
is.
Maybe yeah.
Yeah, he made like a World War II movie and tried to make it comedic and.
Oh, that I know what movie you're talking about. Apparently, that's a really good movie though, and people just didn't. It was too soon after the war.
I guess.
The Clown. Is that the movie you're talking about?
Maybe.
Where like this Jewish clown gets put into a concentration
Yes.
camp and
Yes.
like yeah, and it ends super sad and depressing and like apparently
He won
it's a-
Best Director, correct?
I think so. Apparently it's a very good movie. It was just like way too soon after the war for like a movie like that to be made. But so you think we're ending the night on another downer with 1917?
I think 1917 is winning. I would love for Parasite to win.
Fucking last year.
Love
Last
for
year
it.
wasn't it fucking Green Book?
It was Green
What
Book.
the fuck? Who thought that was a good?
Hey, at
who-
least it wasn't Bohemian Rhapsody. I know you loved that movie.
You're right. That movie sucks ass. But like, who said? See this movie about racism? Let's make the white guy the hero, and that's the best movie of the year.
Yeah, I think 1917 is what it
Okay,
is.
so this is an incomplete list of actors who deserve better this Oscar season.
Oh, I already see the one.
And I want to hear if you agree. So the names that they have a bunch of names. First name, Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse.
Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout because he played the Green Goblin and sang that at one point.
Thanks. I haven't seen The Lighthouse, so but if you guys have things to say about the actors, go ahead and say. Lupita Nyong'o in Us.
Yes, I also the C also. I agree.
See also Toni Collette in Hereditary.
I would have loved to see either Lupita.
Oh, she didn't get. Well, Hereditary was last year. It wasn't 2019. It was 2018.
True.
They're using that as an example of she should have gotten the nomination, but she didn't.
But I think Lupita definitely should have gotten nominated.
Winston Duke in Us. I haven't seen.
He played the dad, right?
I think so. Jennifer Lopez in Hustlers.
I'm hearing that a lot of people are saying that she definitely should have. I have not seen Hustlers, so I can't.
Not seen it.
Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems.
Adam Sandler, get out of here.
Apparently, he was very good in that movie.
I don't care.
Apparently, he was a very good actor.
It's Adam Sandler.
But now he's going to go down and make shitty movies. Did you hear his threat? He threatened the Oscars. He threatened the Academy by saying, if you don't nominate me for Best Actor, I'm going to make the worst movie I've ever made.
He already made Jack and Jill.
It's going to be Jack and Jill 2, Electric Boogaloo. It's going to be a Jack and Jill 2 movie, but a musical version.
He's going to transfer it to Broadway.
Where he sings. He said he's going to make the worst movie he's ever made. So, get ready, boys.
I can't wait.
Eddie Murphy in Dolomite Is My Name. Florence Pugh in Midsommar.
I also agree with Florence Pugh.
Lucas Hedges in Honey Boy. Riley Keough in Under the Silver Lake. Andre Highland in The Death of Dick Long.
Ha.
What's funny, Ian? What's funny?
Death.
Yeah? Okay. Virginia Newcomb in The Death of Dick Long.
Dick Long.
Hai Jin Jong in Parasite. Zachary Levi in Shazam.
No, get out of
here, Uprock. Paul Walter Hauser and Richard Jewell. Stephen Graham in The Irishman. Anthony Carrigan as NoHo Hank in Barry. Barry's a TV show. Get out of here. Margaret Qualley in Once Upon a Time. And then they said 2 kid actors deserved, or some kid well, they said a bunch, but I'm going to say the 2 that pointed out. Julia Butters in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And Archie Yates in Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, he played the kid.
He plays Jojo. And he's very good.
I could agree with that one.
He was very good in that film. He was amazing.
There's other
snubs?
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about the Oscars as a controversy this year? Or do we want to stay away from that?
I mean, I know there's always controversy, but I wasn't aware.
It's because of Greta not being nominated, correct?
Amongst other things, yes.
I mean,
one of the things is Greta not being nominated.
Which she definitely should have been nominated.
One of the things is that Todd Phillips doesn't deserve a Best Director nomination over Greta.
What did Todd Phillips do?
Joker.
Well, I can agree with that.
You can agree?
Yeah. If I had to swap one of those movies out, it would definitely be Joker.
One of the other things is that I know one was that, yeah, there's not a lot of diversity.
Yeah.
19 of 20 acting nominees are white. With only Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah, Cynthia
being the non-white actor.
Again, I think Lupita should have been nominated. I'm surprised Taron Egerton wasn't nominated.
I'm not.
For Rocketman.
I'm not surprised he wasn't nominated.
Well, especially because of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, but I think people at the Oscars actually like Bohemian Rhapsody for some reason.
Awkwafina is also...
Yeah, so they said Taron Egerton was snubbed. Awkwafina, who won at the Golden Globes.
Yeah, she won at the Golden Globes. I'm so shocked.
Didn't win. Lupita Nyong'o. Greta Gerwig is one people are upset about. People said Frozen 2 should have been nominated for Best Animated Feature.
I mean, it was good.
Jordyn?
It wasn't that good.
I didn't see Frozen 2.
I have not seen
And
it yet.
again, it was definitely a visual improvement on the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
They did a lot more with lighting in it. Obviously, because ice.
Because ice.
I'm just I'm just surprised that it wasn't nominated because Disney always get like I know they got Toy Story 4, but if there is an actual like Disney movie out, guarantee it's usually
Non-Pixar
nominated.
division.
Yeah.
It just, I think the main reason it probably wasn't is because it's not your typical, not your typical princess movie in the way that like Moana is, but in that it deals more with like mental illness.
Oh, you can't have movies about mental illness. Get that
Old-
shit out of here.
Old white guys are not ready to talk about that.
No.
The next snub that they mentioned, and Ian saw the picture already, seen this. Beyonce and the Lion King for the song "Spirit."
Yes.
I didn't like that song.
I
No, I don't want
that song.
I don't want a single thing about this movie celebrated.
Wasn't there like
If there's one thing that it should have been this song, or that album was amazing.
Nothing about this movie deserves celebration.
wasn't
Everything about
there
it is bad.
something where like she bought the rights to Nala so that way no one could play her? But
Probably after her not getting Tiana.
right.
Have you heard about that? You've heard
Yes.
about that. So she was. Did you hear about this?
No.
So originally she was going to play Tiana in The Princess and the Frog, but Disney wanted her to audition, And
she should.
and she
Right.
didn't want to audition.
As she should. Get off your high horse.
Disney was
Beyonce.
like, no, okay, we'll move on.
And guess what? You know what? I'm sick of like movie. I've said this before. I'm sick of animated movies like bunking everything on having like a big star voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or a big star who's not a voice actor.
right.
I'm fine with big star voice actors. Like Troy Baker is a big star voice actor. Everyone knows. Most people know who Troy Baker is, and they know who Nolan North are.
Well, I'm
like,
done.
When you look at Spies in Disguise right now.
Yeah, Will Smith and Tom Holland. I love them both, but like let voice actors do what they are good at.
That'll happen when they finally let theater actors do musicals again.
Yeah. But
What a day.
that'll never happen.
No. So
Never. But because voice acting is a special skill.
it is.
And just because like you have a recognizable voice doesn't mean you're a good voice
Right.
actor.
Right.
And for me, I know that takes me out of the movie, like, because I'm just hearing, like, Spider-Man at
Yeah.
that point.
Although, Ian and I talked about this earlier today. I would have paid money, hard-earned dollars, to see The Lion King if the New Day were the hyenas,
Yeah.
as they should have been, as they
And they
fucking
would have
should have
gotten an
been.
Oscar nomination.
The Best Actor nominee,
3.
Big E.
The New Day. No, it would just been The New Day.
All three together contributed.
And I think, at least within it, like, if we want to do Disney animated movie, that rule kind of doesn't apply to is that I think that's where Frozen went really well.
Mhm.
It was big name Broadway for the most part,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it really helped the songs.
Yeah. And
I think those are the big snubs. I
those are
can't
the things.
personally
And
think
no
of...
women being nominated for Best Director at
Yeah.
all. Amongst other things that have happened.
No,
And-
that's no.
But there has been some criticism about this, and someone said, and people say this a lot, but people say awards don't matter. Which there's a Twitter thread that I saw the other day, and I think I favorited it. I hope I favorited it so I could save it
I think certain awards matter.
because
Like, I think the Tony Awards matter, but that's from a business standpoint.
and I don't think I have the thread saved. When were the awards announced? The 13th, right?
Yeah.
So no, I don't have it saved. Let me see if I can find it. But the essence about it. Oh, here it is. I found it. It's Dana Schwartz. So someone tweeted at Dana Schwartz, or she tweeted, "The Oscars sure love stories about sad white guys."
Well, yeah.
And someone replied, which makes me genuinely wonder, do the Oscars matter? And Dana Schwartz replied with, unfortunately, the Oscars do matter. They reinforce culturally what sort of stories are capital I important. But also materially in Hollywood, Oscar recognition boosts artists to be able to make more projects and with more control.
Right.
It gets reinforced over time. People subconsciously see movies about sad white men as important. They preemptively assign them a gravitas in ways they don't movies about women, especially young women. It's also the reason why the majority of black nominees and winners are for slave stories. The Oscars are willing to ascribe black performances importance within an incredibly limited range. And I think that point of gaining capital within Hollywood to make what you want does come with being able to say, I want an Oscar for making what I want. Because Guillermo del Toro, and a lot of directors do this. Maybe not Guillermo del Toro, but it looks obvious that he made Pacific Rim, which is about giant mechs fighting kaiju. That is not a Guillermo del Toro movie, if you watch any of his other films. But then his next movie was The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
He got to make what he wanted because he sacrificed something to make that big budget picture, to make his own film,
right,
which then won an Oscar, and he now has the capital to say, I won Best Picture.
I can do whatever I want.
Look what I can do.
Yeah.
Now he has a freedom. The same way Quentin Tarantino has a freedom to do what he wants and doesn't have to make good schlock films.
Yeah.
He can say, I've won Oscars.
Yeah.
Look what I can do.
Right.
And when women don't get that opportunity, I think like Greta Gerwig kind of stands out among others where she does kind of make what she wants. But like, people will stop that because they're going to be like, you don't win awards. You don't even get nominated. And so like, even though they shouldn't matter to like
unfortunately they do.
Fans, they do matter in the realm of it decides what movies actually get made and get produced.
And from a business standpoint, they do matter because it's guaranteed if your film wins an Oscar, it's going to get more revenue. It's going to get more views. A lot more people are going to want to buy it.
It looks good to have on a DVD Oscar winner.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks good to even have Oscar nominee on a film. And even the nominated films, sometimes the theaters get a limited release in the run-up to the Oscars, so they get an opportunity to make more money because people want to see the Oscar nominees when they come out.
I'm going to relate this to the theater world. You know, it's just like the Tonys. Like, if your musical wins Best Musical, it's going to run for longer than
if it doesn't
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's going to run long because people are going to be like, oh, I want to see the Tony winner. I want to see the best of the best.
Yeah, and to with movies, I think it's different because movies has a thing where it's like, these are artistic films where you look at something like Jojo Rabbit and you look at something like The Irishman or 1917, you're like, this isn't for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You have Marvel movies and Star Wars and comic book movies in general, and you can say that's a general audience. And I think with like Broadway, they're all kind of in that specialized realm.
Yeah.
Except for like the Disney musicals, which you're going to bring in because they're Disney. People know Disney. But like, if you...
Tell that to Tarzan.
Well, if a musical's bad, it's bad.
Everyone knows Little Mermaid.
Everyone knows Spider-Man too, but you know. If it's bad... Like name recognition can't defeat genuine bad.
Mm-hmm.
But...
I think Spider-Man's biggest downfall was just that people kept like...
Dying?
It wasn't because the music's good.
Don't let Sting hear that. He's gonna.
Don't let Bono.
Don't let Bono hear that.
If the world should end in my audition.
Don't let Bono hear that though, because he's gonna put another album on all our shit.
He's gonna write another musical. We're gonna get another Last Ship. Do you want that? No, none of us want that.
But I think with like the Tonys though is like people don't know who don't know musicals are gonna be like, well, want a Tony, and they know what a Tony is.
Yeah.
Like, the general audience knows what a Tony is, and when you go to New York...
But the general audience knows what an Oscar is.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, there's no equivalent of a Marvel movie in the musical world.
Yet.
Yet.
If Rhiannon has anything to say about it.
Yeah, sure. Maybe Disney one day is going to make a Marvel musical.
I would love to see
But there are some musicals that are bad, because they try to capitalize on things too quickly or whatever.
Well, yeah.
But those musicals tend to die out rather quickly. Yeah. They don't succeed. And there's no schlock musicals like there are in the abundance there is in movies.
How much time do we have? I can name you a bunch of schlock musicals.
But they all died out. Are there any schlock musicals like on Broadway right now that you would say that's
I don't even know
absolutely
what's on
terrible?
Broadway.
I have to think about it. Give me a moment.
Okay, I'm giving you a moment while I
I
explain
need
my
to.
point.
You explain your point. I'm gonna look at the list of musicals.
What I'm explaining is the general audience isn't gonna see. Not everyone in the general audience is gonna see a movie like what movie came out? It won the best picture. The French film. It was in black and white.
The Artist.
The Artist. A general audience isn't gonna see The Artist. It's a black and white film. It's French. A general audience isn't gonna see Parasite. It's a foreign film. The general American audience doesn't like to read when they go to movies. But, so even though Parasite got an Oscar nomination, that's not going to turn most of the audience to go, oh yeah, I'll see Parasite now. But if you go to New York, one of the things you want to do is see a Broadway show.
Mhm.
I found two.
It's just a touristy thing to do.
Which one?
And if you hear that it won a Tony Award, you know what a Tony Award is. You're like, if I only have time to see one show in New York, I'll see the winner. Which I think goes to your point of why the Tony Awards are important. Because it attracts that general audience that doesn't know all the musicals, doesn't have time to research what they're about, doesn't care to research what they're about. Will just go, oh, that won an award, I'll go.
Yeah. There are two that I can see that are not
Good.
the best. One of them has,
Go.
unfortunately, an alumni.
Go. Throw it down. Throw them both down, baby.
Diana, the musical about Princess Diana.
Does she die in it?
I think she does. And then Girl from the North Country, which is a Bob Dylan jukebox musical.
I'd be fine with that. I love Bob Dylan. The
Yeah.
Diana one, though. Oof.
And
How do they do that on stage?
a shoe alumni is in it.
How do they kill?
Is making their Bowie.
How do they kill?
No.
How do they kill the People's Princess on stage in the year of our Lord,
I know.
2020?
I know. I and again, this is just from many reviews from its out of town tryout. Like literally, it was panned.
So, let's talk about positive things now.
Yes.
The movies we saw in 2019.
Okay.
I think Jordyn has the shortest list
Probably.
of us. So, Jordyn, you go first.
And you can correct. I just looked up movies of 2019, so who's to say if this is actually accurate or not?
Go on.
But I saw Toy Story 4,
Okay.
which
Obviously,
we've talked
it
about.
got nominated.
I did see The Lion King, the live
Yeah.
action,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
Yeah. You saw a bad movie?
Um,
Okay. We all do it. I saw
Everyone does.
a
It.
couple bad movies this year.
Endgame, Far From Home, and Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Far From Home made me cry a couple times, not gonna lie.
Oh, that's adorable.
Well, I just, my favorite moment in that movie, it's the very end. And
The
if
date?
you remember,
The very end or?
it's like the very end of the movie.
Okay.
It might actually be like an end credits, I don't remember. It's either right before credits or like,
Is it his day with MJ
is it the one where they're like swinging?
through the city?
Yeah. And he goes like, I want to say it's Winter Soldier, that it's a deleted, no. It would be Avengers if it's a deleted scene. And Steve's sketching outside, like he's at this cafe, and Iron Man like swoops through.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same shot,
Okay.
but it's Spider-Man. I'm gonna cry.
Aww.
Aw, it's so
You're
cute.
such a bitch.
Shut up. He's my dad.
Tom Holland,
No,
your dad?
no, he isn't.
No, Tony.
Oh.
Tom Holland. Neither of them are your dad.
Yes, they are.
They both are.
I want. I need.
I would say Tom Holland's your age, so he can't be your dad.
Well,
He can, there's a difference. There's a difference between being your dad and being your daddy.
Frankie, what's that difference? Why don't you explain what that difference is?
Everyone who's listening, the one audience member, which is you listening back, knows the fucking difference, bitch.
I saw
Jordyn
Frozen
refuses
2.
to listen because I talk about melon heads.
I
She
do.
never know. They never know when I'm going to bring up melon heads.
Well, she ain't listening to this episode.
All right, go on. You saw Frozen 2? All Disney movies. So.
Men in Black.
Oh, a non-Disney movie. I don't know if it's Disney now though that they bought Fox.
I listened to Men in Black. I didn't watch it.
Heard that was a bad movie too.
How to Train Your Dragon Pin World.
It was a non-Disney.
Detective Pikachu.
Also non-Disney. I didn't see that.
Live action Aladdin.
These are all kids movies, by the way.
Well, except there's one non-kids movie.
Dora.
Well, I mean,
Dora.
arguably.
Dora and the Lost
Oh, I
City of
didn't
Gold.
even put Dora on here.
Fuck. You don't even
I saw
remember the good
Dora.
times.
Rocket Man.
That's not a kids movie.
Secret Life of Pets 2. Most
That's
of
a
it,
kids
anyways.
movie.
Yesterday. Lady and the Tramp live action.
Well, you saw a lot of movies. A lot more than I thought.
Noelle. And I don't know if I can count this as having seen it, but I bought the ticket and I went to the theater and promptly fell asleep.
No! I want to know what it is.
I woke up for the fight
What scene?
scenes.
What scene?
Godzilla King of Monsters.
It's on my list too. I saw Godzilla King.
I
I
love
would like fall asleep
The
and then it
movie's
was like
so-
right before a battle started and I like woke up
The
and I
movie's
watched
so-
the battle.
The sound editing in that movie's so bad. I don't know how you fell asleep because that movie's so loud. Like the
I know, and I
entire
saw
time.
it in the AMC that's in Disney Springs in like their like luxury theater.
Oh, so you were in a recliner.
So I was
That's
in a
why.
recliner,
Oh, okay.
and that was like way too big for me, and the seats rumble.
Because Jordyn is like 2 feet tall, so
The seats rumble.
Literally 2 feet.
I'm not 2 feet tall.
we can put Jordyn in like our pocket.
All right,
and,
fine.
like,
3
walk
feet.
around.
3. We'll give you 3.
It's closer. That was it.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Godzilla, even like during the emotional moments, everyone's screaming at each other.
It's true.
I'm like, oh my god, stop, please.
I fell asleep for all the like bits with people, and then I woke up for the monster fights, and then fell back asleep.
I mean, you saw a good person.
right.
Yeah.
All right, Ian.
All right.
Because I listed mine in order of rank, so
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't.
So I saw Us.
I have not seen that yet.
It's really good. I saw Avengers Endgame. I also saw. I did not see Ugly Dolls. I should have seen Ugly Dolls.
I wanna.
Why? It looks horrible.
No.
I
You saw-
like kids movies.
You saw Secret Life of Pets 2, and Illumination sucks ass.
I saw.
Well, I saw it was on Apple TV. We're stealing it off of someone,
Oh, okay.
and they bought it, so I watched it.
I saw Aladdin. I saw Spider-Man: Far From Home. I saw Midsummer. I also saw Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
Sure did. Sure did.
Sure did. Sure did. I saw Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Did you? How
Yeah.
was that?
It was very good. I enjoyed it. I also saw Joker.
Did you see Joker?
We did see Joker. It Chapter 2. Bill Hader.
Mm-hmm.
Why was he not nominated?
Because he was in a bad movie.
It's not bad. Shut up.
What did you say?
Soupy boy.
Shut up.
It Chapter 2, Joker. And then the last movie I saw was, I believe, The Addams Family.
Oh, I wanted to see that one.
It was okay. Oh, and then Knives Out. I saw Knives Out.
Okay. So, what was your favorite movie that you saw of the year? That's an important thing because like, you'll know what my favorite movie is by the way the list is made. But
Well, I'm gonna separate it. Kids movies.
Real movies. I'm kidding. Kids movies are real movies.
Probably Frozen 2.
Okay.
I just like. I mean,
I'm
not
shocked.
that the Marvel movies were bad.
I'm shocked that a Disney movie won.
Are you?
Yeah. Horribly shocked.
But like the adult movies,
Yeah.
probably Rocket Man.
Okay. Ian, favorite movie of 2019. You would give Best Picture to this movie
Oh,
that you saw.
Shit.
It's your favorite one, so it's your Best Picture. It doesn't have to be good.
You're
it was
gonna
your
roast
favorite.
me.
I will roast you.
You're
Go
gonna
ahead.
roast me.
Is it Chapter
It's
2?
It Chapter
You're
2.
full. You're utter full.
I loved It Chapter 2.
It was a 3-hour movie that felt like it was 6 hours.
It did not.
It was a 3-hour movie with 2 hours of content.
Your 3-hour movie.
It was like
stars
watching
content.
Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw is the most unbearable show to watch.
Oh,
in the
don't
world.
put it like that. Now I don't want it. Fuck you.
Monday Night Raw is the most unbearable. But
No.
modern. No, okay, so listen. We watch Raw here. I saw that the other day. Yeah, we watch Raw here. That was good audio content too. Jordyn showed us a picture on Instagram, and I said I saw that. Yeah.
It was just for those, if anyone is listening and wants to know the context. A friend of ours does makeup, and it's just like a look with the eyes, and it says I'm not okay.
On the eyelash or on the
On the
eyelash.
eyelash.
It's on the crease of
It's
the
on the crease.
eyelid.
It is.
Shut up.
It is the
I
crease.
misspoke. Back to Monday Night Raw. The ones we watch for the Attitude Era podcast journey,
They're nice and short.
they're 45 minutes long.
They still feel a little long, but they're nice
Some
and
the
short.
good ones feel good, and the bad ones we watch feel long. They'll get better as they go along, and so
Yeah.
it'll feel shorter. Modern Raw is 3 hours long,
No.
and they have maybe an hour and a half of good content.
No.
Maybe. Most nights it's half an hour of good content.
Absolutely tragic.
So that's what it felt. It Chapter 2 felt like to me. It felt like this
You know-
3 hour long movie with two hours of content, and they just stretched it out too much.
You know what? That's okay. I'll let it happen.
Are you ready for my movie list?
Yes.
I saw 12 movies of 2019.
Oh, Jesus.
So a movie a month, basically.
Okay.
2019. Even though that's not true. I
Pretty much true.
a lot of these I saw within the last 2 weeks. Or 2 of them I saw within the last 2 weeks. No, three. So here they are in order from worst to best.
Okay.
And you guys can react accordingly. The worst movie of 2019 that I saw. Dora and the Lost City of
How
Gold.
dare you?
How dare you?
How
There
dare
was
you.
an acid trip scene and a naked animated man. How is that?
I'm not attracted to men. He wasn't an attractive man to begin with.
No, but that's what made it funny.
It was a bad movie. It
It
was,
was a good
it
movie.
was utter trash. Number 11, live action Aladdin.
Yeah.
Number 10, It Chapter 2.
How dare you?
Number 9, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker.
I haven't seen that yet, so I can't yell at you.
Wait, did you put Aladdin at 11?
I did put Aladdin at 11. You want to talk about it?
Understandable.
As I thought
That's
about
what
it
I
through the
said.
year,
I was like,
my
yeah.
original review of it, I gave it way too high of a score. I think I gave it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's closer to like a 5.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's just not special.
I think seeing it was like, that was the first time we had hung out,
Yeah.
and I was like really high of hanging out with my friend.
Okay.
And then, now that I think about that movie, it was like, that was not great.
That was
There's like
good.
a couple good moments, and that was it.
Yeah.
Number 9, Rise of Skywalker. You haven't seen it. I don't want to spoil it, but like,
Yeah, don't spoil it.
it's the end of Endgame. They literally just rip off the end of Endgame.
I heard a lot of movies are doing that now.
I don't know how much they are, but like,
Well-
this one was
Steal from the best.
This one was a blatant theft of Endgame. It's a really good first 2 acts,
Okay.
and then the third act just crumbles.
Um,
Because who did the J.J. Abrams doesn't know how to end things.
oh, okay.
He can't end things well ever. He's good if he's a good starter, and then you gotta get someone else in there, or else he's gonna fucking ruin it.
Yeah.
Number 8 was Captain Marvel. A really good Phase 1 Marvel movie
Mhm.
coming out in Phase 4.
Yeah.
Because it didn't matter.
No. Well, I mean, I think it didn't matter. But also, like, my problem with it was they were like, oh, Captain Marvel, she's got like this. She's like the superhero.
Yeah.
And then, like, the last, like, 2 seconds of Endgame.
Yeah, she's there the very last minute of Endgame. She's like, I'm here, Deus Ex, Captain Marvel, and
Like, I think
Do you think it
that's
would have
what
been
my problem
better
was.
if they didn't release the movie and they just had her come in Endgame? Do you think it
Yeah.
would have been like so much better?
I think that would have been
Yeah.
way better because then you can do what they're doing with. You could do what they're doing with Black Widow, but better.
Mhm.
Where
Mhm.
Black Widow's a prequel, but like I don't care, she's dead.
Right.
Right.
Where with Captain Marvel, she's ostensibly the leader moving forward.
Yeah.
So you set up, you do that film afterwards because it's still a prequel to everything.
Mm.
So you do that after Endgame,
Yeah.
and it sets up how she came to show up there.
And then you probably would have thought,
I would have cut all of her other stuff from Endgame out except for
Yeah.
that last 2 minutes where she
Right.
comes in.
also, I think if that were to happen, you might have a more positive view.
Yeah.
Of
And
Captain
and it also makes a little more sense the way they filmed it. She filmed her Endgame scenes
first.
before she filmed anything
Yeah.
from Captain Marvel, which makes no sense.
Yeah. Well,
Because at that point, you want Captain Marvel to be a more developed character, but she's not. So it would have made more sense if she was only there for 2 minutes.
yeah.
And that's partially the reason why she's only there for 2 minutes. So I would have, like, put Captain Marvel come out after Endgame.
Yeah.
And maybe I would have had a better opinion of it.
I
if they had done that.
definitely think you would have.
Number 7, Godzilla, King of Monsters.
How's that at number 7?
Yeah.
It did what it did well. It didn't offend me in any way,
Okay.
except for the sound mixing, where everyone's screaming the entire time. But, like, Jordyn the Last City of Gold offended me.
How dare you? Jordyn the Last City of Gold.
Aladdin was a bad money grab.
Yeah.
It Chapter 2, like I said, 3-hour movie with 2 hours of content. Rise of Skywalker is something that I love Star Wars, and it just fell apart at the end. It's every emotional moment in that movie, I care more about the original characters feeling the
Like, I
emotional
saw a
moments
meme. This reminds me.
than the new ones.
I saw a meme, and it was like all the Star Wars movies are just different generations bullying C-3PO.
They really are.
It was like, wow.
I believe it.
But there's a bunch of emotional moments, I won't spoil what they are. And it affects both the new characters and the older characters.
Mm-hmm.
And when the new characters feel the emotion, I felt nothing. There's one big moment
Right.
where everyone feels this thing, and the new characters, you see their reaction first, and I was like, yeah. And then you see the older characters' reaction, and I was devastated at that point.
And
I'm
I
like,
think part of that is we've had the older characters for much longer.
yeah,
We've had more
partially.
time to get like emotionally attached to them
hmm
than we have the new ones.
And that's why I think the new one should have done something more with them.
With the new characters.
With the new characters, because I think in the first 2 acts, Rey, Finn, and Poe are all they're not great. It's not great writing for them,
Mm-mm.
but they're all they do things that make sense, and they're very good characters, and I want to like them more than I do.
Hmm.
And then I want to like the story of Kylo Ren more than I do, but I just like can't get invested in it. Kylo Ren is like the only good part of the third act, to be fair, but like the rest of it around him, like Adam Driver's like trying his best to save this film, and he just can't. Yeah, Godzilla King of Monsters though, and then Captain Marvel, like I said, it came out at a bad point, and then King of Monsters didn't offend me. It did what it was meant to do.
Okay.
Where I see a giant lizard that breathes nuclear waste fight other giant monsters,
I will respect this decision.
and it set up a sequel that I'll see it.
Yeah.
Godzilla versus Kong.
Right.
I'll
Well,
see that movie.
that's going to be epic.
Yeah. Number 6, Far From Home. Good movie. Like I think 6 and up, I really like the movies. Like so, the number
Remind me what Far From Home is about.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Number 5, Endgame.
That's a number 5.
So number 5, Endgame was like
See, I like Far From Home better than Endgame.
I like Endgame more because of what it signifies of like an ending of the original Marvel, of the original MCU.
Yeah.
Because the only one of the originals that's coming back is Thor.
Hmm.
Hemsworth's the only one. Tony's gone. Steve Rogers is gone. So Chris
Can't do much with a Hulk.
yeah, I can't do much with Hulk. So Chris Hemsworth.
Mark Ruffalo Hulk movie. Come on.
I mean, we do desperately need that, but like,
But Chris Hemsworth's the only one coming back, and so they could have ended it there, and I think people would have been like, yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm good with Marvel. And honestly, my view, they should have Far From Home. I know it was in production and all that, and like the weird deal they have with Sony and stuff.
yeah.
But I think they should have took a year off from putting Marvel movies out. Let Endgame breathe.
You knew
And
they
then
weren't going to do
I
that.
knew they were going to do that because they want to make money. But Disney's going
Right.
to make money in other ways.
Yeah.
And I think if like from an artistic standpoint, they should have just said, "All right, we'll take a break."
And I think
But
a
Frankie,
large part,
we've got to have money.
They smelled those pennies, baby.
I smell pennies.
Bob Iger comes out. I smell
freaking
pennies.
Bob Iger, man.
Bob Iger
Love
smelled
Bob.
those. Bob Iger smelled those pennies. He's like, "I want a bitch."
Robert Iger.
Bobbert Iger.
I think a large part of the need for Far From Home to come out was Stanley,
Yeah,
too.
because
I
he
think
died.
that's
Yeah,
What?
yeah, he's
I know.
dead. Rest in peace. But like yeah, I would have taken a good year and a half maybe off, and then put Far From Home out, Or put Captain Marvel out and then put Far From Home.
See, I'm walking into this because I know you're gonna yell at me.
Go on.
But I liked Spider-Man more because it wasn't 3 fucking hours long.
Yeah,
and I know what you're gonna say because it was 3 hours.
Yeah, it was
long.
3 hours long.
It was, but it was good.
But
Endgame was a good 3 hours. It wasn't.
I found myself wanting more still.
For Avengers?
For Endgame, yeah.
See, I thought Avengers was too long.
Yeah, but I also think that comes from a point where you had not seen many of the MCU
True.
movies beforehand. What had you seen before that? You saw Spider-Man?
I saw...
Homecoming.
I did not see Homecoming.
No.
I saw...
How did you see Far From Home, but not Homecoming?
I don't know.
You saw the
It's
first.
dumb.
You saw the first half of Infinity War.
Yeah, I did see the first half of Infinity War. I saw Civil War.
Yes, we saw that together.
I saw... My dumb ass was going to say Wonder Woman, but that's not Marvel.
DC. Yeah, I think that's all you saw.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Civil
these.
War.
See, I've seen a lot of them up to and including Howard the Duck.
I've seen
Howard the
Before
Duck.
Marvel Studios.
I've seen Howard the
was-
Duck.
I think
Howard the Duck.
the only MCU movie.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy.
1 and 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
both of
good
them.
movies.
What? I'm dumb.
I think the only MCU movie that I haven't seen is, or I haven't seen Iron Man 3,
I mean, you're not missing much.
and I didn't see Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I didn't. Yeah.
Also not missing
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. So
I mean, it helps with
I read
Endgame.
I just read the Wikipedia
Right.
Well,
article.
here's the thing that I enjoyed about Endgame is that I didn't feel the need to watch it.
No.
Because to me, Endgame is very much its own separate thing.
Endgame does stand alone, and you don't need an explanation of where Scott. Like the only thing that maybe might not stand alone is Scott, Ant-Man coming back, but like they kind of show it, and he
Yeah.
explains it to them.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, Endgame's number 5. Number 4, Joker.
I'm so shocked that you're putting Joker over Endgame.
I think
'Cause
Joker.
You loved Endgame.
I loved Endgame
so much.
I saw it 3 times.
Yes.
I saw that movie for 9 hours.
Yeah, you wasted 9 hours of your life.
9
It was a
hours
waste.
and about $50
Yeah.
on all the tickets. And,
the
like, drinks.
$50 was a waste, but like not the 9 hours.
Meanwhile, I spent 6 hours watching it.
Yeah, you watched that twice.
You did watch it twice.
Jordan's like upset with you.
How dare you?
It is. I just don't like it.
How are you gonna laugh at that shitty joke, but not at my Joaquin Phoenix joke,
Because it
which
was
was
my
way better.
Because I saw yours coming from a
Yeah,
mile
but mine was
away.
better.
Yours was Joaquin a mile away towards me.
It was better.
This one was funny.
No, it wasn't.
I didn't see it coming.
It was shittier.
Fuck you.
Everyone.
Then
in
we
this
have-
room.
Then we have the 2. Oh, Joker. Yeah, Joker. I think is better acting performances than Endgame.
Okay.
I think Endgame has
Yeah.
stellar performances by Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland puts in some work. That's it for acting. I think Endgame is a spectacle.
Okay.
I
Film.
think it was more about. It relied more on the emotional connection
Yeah.
everyone had to the characters.
It's and I think Endgame stands up like at number 4 or number 5, especially because like, especially now after seeing Rise of Skywalker, where I'm like, this is how you end something, and Rise of Skywalker is like, this is how you try to end something
Yeah.
and fail.
Okay.
Number 3, The Two Popes,
Oh, you saw
a
that?
Netflix film. Yes, I watched it at work one night because I was very bored.
No, Frankie, are there 2 popes in it?
There are. So it's about, if you don't know what it's about when Pope Benedict
Okay.
is about to resign.
Okay. Oh, that
And
thing.
Pope Francis is coming to become Pope. And it's literally just 2 old men talking to each other.
Is it gay?
No.
Is this
Oh.
Amadeus?
It's just these 2 old men talking to each other about,
Did one of them
Mostly
see
about-
God?
mostly about Pope Francis's life.
That was
And
nice.
this, you learn these things about Pope Francis and the way he became to be who he was.
Okay.
And you learn, I'm not a Catholic and I don't pay much attention to church politics and the hierarchy. But,
Don't tell Satan he'll
I know. But Pope Francis, before he became Pope, was about to retire. He was going to resign from his cardinalship and just become a priest so he could help people better.
Oh, I thought like he was going to retire and then go into gardening.
No. But like you learned about his early life where he was going to get married to someone.
Oh.
And he went to a church to pray on it and he just decided, I'm going to become a priest. And then you see him when Argentina or Peru, I forget where he's from. His country, I think it's Argentina, was going through when it's going through the communist revolution, and then as the communists begin to take over, the military juntas take over, and how he had to interact with that and the choices he made that he regrets about what he did during that time period. And I don't know, I'm not even interested in religion, but it was very interesting and compelling. Anthony Hopkins is in it. He plays Pope Benedict. Yeah, Hannibal Lecter plays Pope Benedict.
That means.
And the ending is very... Like, you see how they're two different people, where Pope Benedict's all about the glitz and glamour of being a pope, and Francis is about, like, he likes soccer.
Who plays who?
Anthony Hopkins plays Pope Benedict.
That makes sense.
And the other one, the one who was nominated for Best Actor, plays Francis. I forget the name. And the ending scene's very good, where I doubt you two are going to see this, so I'll spoil it.
No.
Where he's talking about, like, they have this scene at the beginning where they're in the Pope's, like, summer house when Benedict's Pope, and they're talking about how Pope Benedict loves to play music, and he released an album that he recorded at Abbey Road. And he didn't understand the significance of being at Abbey Road, and Pope Francis understood the significance of it, and, like, how one of them is so grounded and all. He, like, cares about soccer. He talks about how in the World Cup's coming up, and it's going to be Argentina versus Germany.
Yeah.
And then the ending scene, and you can tell Pope Benedict doesn't really care, but the ending scene is Benedict, when he retired and resigned the popeship, the papacy, he goes to that summer house, and that becomes his home. And Pope Francis flies there, and it's just these two old men, who you know were both popes, just watching the World Cup together.
Aww.
And Pope Benedict didn't care at all, taunting Pope Francis whenever Germany scores or does something good, and Pope Francis taunting Benedict.
I thought you said this wasn't gay.
It's a very good movie. I very much enjoyed it.
Well, never mind.
Number 2. We're going on to the number 2 movie. Jojo Rabbit.
I knew that.
Jojo Rabbit.
I'm so curious. Oh, 1917.
Jojo Rabbit does this really good job of, like, the World War II films focus, and rightfully so, on, like, the Nazis and the Holocaust. And it's an important story to tell. But this one, it focuses on that, but it also has this focus on, like, what happened to Germans who didn't support the Nazis at the end of the war. And that's who Scarlett Johansson's character is. It's about, like, if you don't know what it's about, her son is, like, super into being a Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
And his imaginary best friend is Taika Waititi as Hitler. And he's so funny in that role. But then he finds out that his mom is hiding a Jewish girl in their house. And he doesn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so the whole plot of the movie is him trying to write a book about Jews, to give the secrets of the Jews to the Nazis. And the girl just, like, fucking lying to him, like, saying that Jews are, like, there's a scene where she's like, Jews are like bats. We hang upside down to sleep. And he draws it out. And the opening scene is, like, them at, like, a Hitler youth camp. And he gets blown up by a grenade.
Yeah, that's, like, the scene that I, like, when I hear Jojo, and it's, like, Hitler's just like, what?
Yeah, Hitler like, comes to throw the grenade, and they're running, and he throws it, and he just, like, he thinks he's like, yeah, Hitler's celebrating, and then they look down, and the grenade's right at his fucking feet. And it was like, and Jojo gets blown up, and, like, injures his leg and scars his face. But, like, it's a really good movie. I think I forget the other guy. Sam Rockwell's in the movie, too.
Sam Rockwell's in the movie.
We
love Sam Rockwell.
Scarlett Johansson, very good in the movie.
She's been doing a lot.
Yeah, JoJo. The kid who plays JoJo.
She's going to be Mulan, you know.
Yeah. It's a very good film. I highly recommend watching Jojo Rabbit to anyone who should watch it. It's very good.
All right.
Number one. The best movie 2019. My best picture.
Am I going to be mad?
What do you think it is?
Did you see 1917?
I did not.
Oh, shit. I don't know.
It's Knives Out.
Oh!
Knives Out is the best movie
Okay, yeah.
by far. Everything about that movie is fucking great.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're right. I won't kill you this time.
They have a throwaway line at the beginning of the movie
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
Literally just a throwaway line. Yeah, you've seen it. They have
Yeah.
that throwaway line at the
Yeah.
beginning of the movie that describes the fucking guy who gets killed.
Yeah.
And then it comes back around at the end to show
Don't spoil it for me.
what the girl intends to do.
Right.
And it's great. Everything about it is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's Chris Evans. I won't say Chris Rogers. Chris Evans going back to just being the dickhead.
It's his funniest role.
He's always a dickhead in non-Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that, but it's so nice seeing him get to be a dickhead
It's
again.
so nice to see him be himself.
It's so great because Chris Evans is like, I don't want to be fucking Captain America.
I don't have to be nice anymore.
I have to be nice to any of these fuckers.
Tony Collette's so good in the movie.
Everyone's good. Jamie Lee Curtis is great
Ugh.
in that movie.
Oh,
Ana de
I need to
Armas.
see it.
yes.
She's amazing. She deserved a Best Actress
She
nomination.
did. I
You know who
agree with
deserved
that.
the Best Actor nomination? Daniel fucking Craig for
Yeah.
doing that shitty Louisiana
That
accent,
accent.
but I loved it the entire
It
fucking
was
film.
so bad and I loved it.
I heard they want to make a sequel for that film, which is
Guns out.
which isn't even about the same case because obviously
Right.
it's a mystery movie. They wrap it up, but it's just about that character,
The-
Daniel Craig's character,
Yes.
the detective. And I'm like,
More
yes,
bad Louisiana accent.
but he's the most interesting character.
Yeah.
He does nothing. That guy does fucking
He doesn't do
nothing.
anything.
But he figures it all out. He's worse than. Have you ever seen Sherlock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sherlock does nothing
Yeah.
but figures it out. He's worse than that. He just sits there smoking a cigar the entire fucking film.
He's like, I had this figured out immediately.
Yeah.
I'm just
It's great.
fucking with
He's
all of
great.
you.
Everything about that movie is good. And people who shit on Ryan Johnson after The Last Jedi came out,
Mm.
this is really like Ryan Johnson going, I can make good movies if a studio is not trying to control me.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's not a bunch of toxic fanboys shitting on it.
True.
I don't know anything about that.
About the toxic fanboys of Star Wars.
Poor.
Yeah. I stay away from
Who's that character?
Rose.
Yeah, poor Rose.
Poor Rose, man.
I love her.
She got fucking shafted.
She did.
She's in 10 minutes of the fucking
Of
new one.
course, she's only in 10
She's
minutes.
the one that helps.
She's the one who saves
Yeah.
She's one
Finn
of
at the
pretty
end,
much
yeah.
the main characters of Last
of
Jedi.
Last Jedi, and then she gets 10 minutes.
And then
And
fanboys
they-
were like,
And they introduce new characters in this new Star Wars movie.
because fanboys were like,
There's a new character that gets about the same screen time as Rose. I'm like, this could be Rose.
What?
They have fucking Carrie Russell in the movie. For absolute Carrie Russell's in the movie.
Who's
In
she
air
playing?
Some fucking bounty hunter who used to know Poe.
Okay.
She's barely in the movie because she has a mask on the entire fucking time. So
Oh, is
like,
she a Mandalorian?
no,
Oh.
she's not man. She has a fucking mask on though the entire time.
It's
So
Baby
she-
Yoda. in
So you
this.
don't know, but maybe Yoda's not in it.
Which first, I know it's a TV show and not a movie.
Yeah.
But The Mandalorian,
Oh, great!
it's
Phenomenal.
I have not watched it yet, and I have Disney
Fantastic.
Plus.
I watched all of it. It's great. Yeah.
It's like even people who aren't into Star Wars are like, this is a fantastic show.
For TV shows, I'd like to put The Mandalorian up there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to put The Witcher.
I haven't seen that one yet.
The Witcher's great.
Oh, I need to watch it.
I think my top 2 TV shows this past year are definitely The Mandalorian and Good Omens.
I did not watch Good Omens yet.
I'm
I did not
sorry.
watch Good Omens.
I'm sorry, Joe, but High School Musical, the series, did not make it.
You know what was funny?
No.
Knowing that you know that person in the show, and then watching old episodes of the Rooster Teeth podcast, and they bring up High School Musical, the musical of the show, and they're like, what a fucking dumb name. What a fucking dumb show this is going to be. Look at all these dumb kids. And I'm like,
Oh.
It's Glee
I hate it
and High
already.
School Musical had a child. Like that's the show.
But they're using just High School Musical songs and then making
There's some
original
original
songs
as well.
I
Yeah.
hated Glee. I hated Glee. There was only one good part of Glee,
when it ended.
and that was Jane Lynch. Jane Lynch
Right.
was the only good part
Yeah.
of Glee. I could watch compilations of Jane Lynch on Glee for hours.
It's just like it reminds me of Glee the way they like film it. But I mean, it's good, and apparently season 2 is going to be better. I don't know what they're going to do in season 2, but
They're going to do High School Musical too.
Did they put on the musical at the end of season 1?
I haven't seen the last 2 episodes. It's been
I think they
concluded
did.
for like a month now.
I think they
And I
did because
haven't
there's all those
finished.
clips of like the show going
Right.
on.
Um,
And they have a gym, a cafetorium. They perform in a gymnasium.
A gym cafeteria?
Yeah.
I love a gym cafeteria. That's my favorite thing. I miss.
Well, I
gym
mean, they have a
cafeteria.
cafeteria. But
I had one of those like up until high school.
yeah,
We had
we had
that.
those in elementary school.
We had that in elementary school. We didn't have that in middle school. We had an actual
I
cafeteria.
mean, we did
in
have
middle
like a
school.
meter in middle school, but they didn't do assemblies in there.
They did assemblies.
Yeah, we always had assemblies in ours.
It was shitty and small, but we did it.
And hot.
We had our one in middle school had retractable walls in the back where there were 2 classrooms
I
in
love
that in the auditorium.
And they looked like
And they
like your stereotypical college classrooms.
Mhm. And they didn't they say they used to use them as like bomb shelters?
Yeah.
Too.
Perfect.
So like
So
you
we
could-
know where to go.
You take the walls out, like the walls would retract for like if they needed to use it for more space, but
Yeah.
they never did it, even for the musical.
Yes, they did.
When they used to, did they for
Yeah.
musicals? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
And choir concerts.
I don't remember things.
I know.
But I think that's it for this episode.
Yeah, this was a fun episode.
Did you pick 2 TV shows?
Oh, I don't watch TV. My 2 TV shows are RuPaul's Drag Race and RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars.
Cool.
Okay, that's fine.
Like-
That's fine.
Although, if we're talking about TV shows, it's an older show, but I got back into House this
Okay.
year. I like literally because all like there are clips on YouTube,
Yeah.
so I would like watch clips and I was like, I want to watch the full episode. So I've been watching House.
Why
I
not?
honestly I rarely watch new TV shows, but like Mandalorian was such a fucking thing.
It was
and
so good. And they film it. It's filmed almost exclusively indoors.
good. And The Witcher was such a good thing. But yeah, so those are our recommendations. Watch Knives Out. Watch Jojo Rabbit.
Watch Dora.
Don't watch
Watch
Dora.
Dora.
Watch
RuPaul
Dora.
from Ian
Yes,
Willis.
watch RuPaul.
And watch
Season
our-
12 is coming out this
Watch
year.
our RuPaul podcasts.
Yes.
Watch
that we only got like one episode.
like one episode, episode 1.
Yes, but we have
I think we have like up to episode 4 recorded.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
which
And
What
Yeah.
a long way to go.
watch what is it? What was your movie? What was your number one movie of the year?
The movie or the
Frozen
TV?
2 and
Rocket
Rocket Man. Watch Rocket Man and Frozen 2.
Rocket Power.
Watch Mandalorian. Watch The Witcher. What was your other TV show?
Good Omens.
Watch Good Omens.
Go see movies, you guys. Don't stay at
Support
home.
films. Go to a theater. Theaters are good.
Go see the theater as well.
Yeah, go
Go
support
see a
live theater.
musical.
And I think that's all for us today. So, let's take care of business real quick before we
Yes.
wrap up.
Let's
Remember
get
to
down to
comment
business.
and subscribe. Remember to send us an email. Oh, also like the video. Forgot about that. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this with your friends and
Send
your
us an
enemies
email.
and your family. Send us an email with a question.
Yes. Jordyn wants to answer them now.
Jordyn wants to
I
answer the
do.
questions too. Yeah.
I love answering questions. Like the Tumblr sleepover questions are. We love that.
Okay. So send us some questions you want us to answer, and follow us on Twitch
Yes. And Instagram.
and Instagram. Ian runs the Instagram.
Yes.
Does a good job.
Thank you.
I run the
I don't
Twitch.
even follow us on
I run the Twitch. Don't do a good job. But yeah. So follow us on all of those things. Like the video, comment, subscribe, share it with all your friends, your enemies, your
And-
family. And I think that's all.
And with that being said,
signing off, it's Frankie.
it's Ian.
And Jordyn.
Goodbye.